Welcome back to Azran Legacy.
Merry
The story
Christmas.
so far. Our heroes have received a letter from the archaeologist Desmond Sycamore in which he claims to have found a living mummy, quote-unquote.
What, his?
Arriving in the wintry town of Froenborg, Layton and the others set out in search of Professor Sycamore.
And I'm fucking freezing over here.
Alright, so we need directions, so fortunately there's a local right here in front of us, so let's ask her. Shiri, go ahead.
Wow,
Right.
Layton travels all the way to the snowy peaks just to be told your mum.
Maybe if I used a sledgehammer? No, don't be ridiculous, Prima. That wouldn't end well at all.
What
you know?
exactly are you planning to do, said Sledgehammer, exactly.
I've known sledgehammers to solve a lot of problems.
Dwebs, I get it. She's a big Triple H fan.
Of course. Is something the matter, miss?
I'm trying to. I'm pondering how I should kill this person that I hate.
Jesus.
Oh, you startled me. I'm sorry, sir, but who are you?
My apologies. My name is Herschel Layton. I'm an archaeology professor from London. I asked who you are, not your occupation.
Do I look like an attorney?
And I'm Luke Triton, the professor's apprentice.
I didn't ask you.
Yeah, sorry, dude, we're finding someone who asked.
Oh, I see. I'm really sorry. It's just that I've not seen you before, so I thought I could eat you with a sledgehammer.
Ew, foreigners.
Ew, Londoners. Is
that what the sledgehammer is for?
Anyway, I'm Prima, and you're a professor. That must mean you're pretty brainy, right?
Oh, wait, hold on. Your name's Prima. That means that you used to make guidebooks for video games.
Yep.
Before going out of business. That was a very sad day.
Prima's the name of somebody who got confused with someone else in Pokemon.
I'm supposed to be meeting a friend of mine in a few minutes, but I want to work out how to open the present she gave me first.
And you were considering a sledgehammer for that. Why exactly?
Maybe that's exactly it. She was just trying to use a sledgehammer for... Yeah, that's actually the reveal. Yes, the sledgehammer was to try to open the present by force. She was trying to do the Dwebs tactic there. Alright, this is actually one of my favorite puzzles in the game. So, Puzzle 002, a Glacial Gift. So, my friend gave me this birthday present, but it was delivered in a block of ice. The card that came with it said that you can use 5 150 milliliter cups of hot water to melt 30 grams of ice. And that, I have to work out how many cups of hot water are necessary. Yeah, I'm not going to do the voice for the whole thing. To melt the 2 kilograms ice block that's around it. Can you help Prima work out how many cups of hot water are necessary? So to recap...
It's once again like that puzzle in the Die Hard 3.
Yeah, so once again, you need 5 cups of 150 millimeter each to melt 30 grams of ice. So with that knowledge in advance, how many cups of water are necessary to melt the 2 kilogram ice block that we have here?
Guilty Casual who uses the Imperial metric system gets stuffed.
So if she has to use the a sledgehammer to open up something. Is she trying to open a Terry's chocolate orange?
No, it's a block of ice. It's a block of ice. She was pondering breaking the block of ice with a sledgehammer.
The present is apparently in the block of ice because that's how they do things up here.
So yeah, we already know how this works. You write the numbers on the touch screen, so it's been like this
To be
since...
fair, with the way one of my friends wraps presents, you do have to fight your way in there.
I love this illustration, by the way.
That said, why don't you just put that block of ice by the fire and melt the present?
Maybe she's
out?
afraid of actually wetting up the present
Alright.
inside. I don't know.
Well, let's see.
Although that present would have to be wet given how it was frozen into a block of ice.
Again, I'm giving you guys some time to think about it. I've already read this, so... So yeah, again, it's simple math. Like how many? Like if 150, remember it's 5 150 milliliter cups. So 5 times 150 is what? So that being said, pouring all this water over a present seems to be a lot of work, doesn't it?
750.
It does seem to be a lot of work. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think I get it, but can I try, or I risk to spoil it to everyone else?
Okay. Let's see. So we need to melt. The idea is to melt the ice. So how many of them do we need?
Can I try, Pedro?
Go ahead.
Just one. The puzzle asks you how many cups do you need, and not the quantity of water.
Nope. Actually, it's 0.
Pat yourself in the back, Jola.
Yep.
Puzzle solving is a most gentlemanly pursuit.
Of course.
Observe.
That's right. 0 cups. All she has to do is leave it by the fire and wait.
Ta-da!
This is the moment where people throw their 3DS.
Who says you need map to get everywhere in life, suckers?
Yeah, not for zombie as a comic.
Go ahead, Shira.
Oh, so while I've been out here fretting, my present's probably defrosted all by itself, and you worked that out in no time, too. I can't believe my friend went to such lengths to avoid paying shipping costs.
Yep. Amazing what you can get away with when you freeze the presents in ice instead of just shipping them like any normal person. Shipping costs are for losers.
Math is for losers. You're a proper professor. And his proper apprentice?
A proper
help at
apprentice
all,
with a
but-
professor in... I helped in support.
Hey, are you friends with that other archaeology guy then? The one with the retro hairstyle?
Oh wait, no, we already helped him out in the last game.
Retro, we don't even know what time is it.
Unless you're talking about another acquaintance.
See, the thing about
Layton,
Prima-
who happens to be an archaeologist who also has a retro hairdo, aside from our friend from Miracle Mask.
See, the thing about
you mean Professor Sycamore from Pokemon?
Yes, Prima. We've come here to meet him. Could you tell us his whereabouts?
See, the thing about Prima is that she's very aware of current trends, as you're about to hear.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have no idea.
I love that animation where she takes her braids and puts them like that. That's really cute.
Getting warmed.
I see. Well, never mind. I'm sure we'll find him soon enough.
Inside, he's screaming.
Aside from Nishihura, to once again talk about... Go on.
I can tell you this, though. Ever since that professor got here, suspicious-looking men have been lurking around town.
Where have we heard that
God.
before?
Oh my god, it's the goons from Dr. LeTruck.
They sort of look like soldiers, but if you ask me, the military wouldn't wear uniforms so horribly bad.
Passe, meaning it's out of style. Meaning it's out of
Forgot,
style.
we kinda heard a similar dialogue like this.
Passe
in
is...
Mask.
Yeah, passe is a French word, basically.
I sense a pattern here.
Yeah, that being said, to talk about the presentation for a bit, go on first.
Oh, I'm going to be late. I'd better not keep Donna waiting. Excuse me, Professor, I have to run.
Yeah, I've already...
It's Prima and Donna.
Very funny.
Well, we also are about to meet another great duo in a moment, but to once again talk about... Oh my god, she's so cute. Like I said with the presentation, Nishihura is once again, as always, on point, and Takuzo Nagano's character designs are once again awesome.
We didn't get much on here, did we, Professor?
Not as such. We'll just have to ask around some more.
Yeah, we just started, you. Come on.
Alright, so... that opens up a new part of town, so let's go there.
It feels like life is never simple for us, Professor.
Alright, do it, Zenteo, go ahead.
Ah, rats! Why does everything here have to be frozen solid?
Hey, so this guy's Bishop.
What are you doing?
So this guy's Bishop. Okay. And
Where are you from, Burger? What did you expect?
that's Rook.
Waluigi.
Rook and Bishop. Huh?
I mean, it's still better when the doing Chrono Cross is called Salt and
Yeah.
Pepper.
Yeah, but come on. A huge wall of ice? It's not natural, I tell you. I should have been able to chip it at least, but ow!
Okay, I see we're doing the...
Well, if fire didn't have any effect on it, I hardly expect brute force to.
Mhm.
Anyway, whatever happens, we're not leaving here until we capture the target, so we better suck it up.
I'm getting some real Muggsy and Rocky vibes from these.
And you're
Yeah,
very
I know, right?
official. Let's see if we can find another way in.
I let him have it, boss. I did exactly what you said. Oh.
I'm on it.
I think this particular type of comedic anime villainy can be traced back to Yatta Man.
Do you suppose those were...
The suspicious man Prima was talking about.
It's Prima, actually. Sure. It's Prima.
It's Prima,
Get
eh?
it? Prima Donna.
Donna,
Huh?
yes.
Huh? We're clever.
Very clever.
They must be. Should we stop them?
No.
This trip may not go as smoothly as I had hoped.
You think?
Does it ever, Professor? Does it?
Living mummy or not, I fear Professor Sycamore has uncovered something extremely dangerous.
Of course, the legendary Pokemon Yveltal.
Is it Evital?
Yveltal. Is that your intuition talking again, Professor?
Perhaps. In any case, we should try to locate Professor Sycamore as soon as possible.
That's
The timing was perfect since Pokemon Gen 6 was one of the big titles for the
Yes.
3DS.
Second mystery.
So, second mystery. Suspicious men. A number of uninformed men with an air of malice about them are prowling around Froenborg. They appear to be searching for something, but what could it be?
I wonder what these men are doing here in Froenborg. The local residents have no idea who they are.
Yes.
Also, yeah, I'm one of those weirdos who actually likes Gen 6.
Gen 6 was okay. It's not
A lot of
nothing
people-
noteworthy, but it's okay.
I know people don't like more Gen 8 than Gen 6 Jova, so...
A lot of people ragged on Gen 6, but
Oh.
Gen 6 was actually the game that got
See,
me
the
back
thing is-
into Pokemon after a hiatus.
See, the thing about Gen 6 is that it's okay. The thing, Job, is that it's the gen that had to follow Gen 5, which I personally consider to be the best gen. So...
You know a lot of people, apparently.
So...
I think Gen 6 had a couple at least of improvement, mostly in the gameplay format when compared to Gen 5, but sure, I get what you mean, at least on a story perspective.
Alright, so
I
this
will
is...
say this,
Alright,
though.
hold
Who's
on.
this guy?
A disaster, that's what it is.
Yeah, it
Oh
looks
my
like one of the
God.
consensus Neon from
Dumpty.
King Quest 6.
This is
Dumpty Dumpty.
This is Harold. Go ahead, Yuri.
Is something the problem, sir? Do you need any help?
You know what?
The creepy,
Did you have a great fall by any chance?
it's the creepy version from the nursery and the Kadikaros
Hey.
showcase believes Humpty Dumpty sat on a
Oh.
Stone the crows! Stone the
so,
crows.
so you're Australian?
You're from the city, aren't you?
In case you don't know, Stone the Crows is actually an Australian slang.
Well, Tail, I'm gonna remind you that Richard is Australian. So
Luke's not from London, by the way.
Wait, he is? I thought he was British.
Richard Mark Honeywood is actually Australian. I knew you were city folks. What are you up to here, then? Not looking to modernize us, I hope.
Oh god, you're
You're
one of those
people.
But Luke isn't the city person.
I suppose you can turn away. What kind of host would that make me? So I be Harold, and welcome.
Let me guess, you're also against the supermarket being built next to your home.
Thank you, Harold. I am Herschel Layton, Professor of Archaeology. I've already introduced myself like this.
He's one of those guys who would decry
Well,
a mall
Blitz.
being added, even though a mall would arguably add more jobs for people.
Later, you say? So you're him? Your hat is taller than I expected.
My
Not
hat.
not as big as Lincoln's though.
Go on.
I'm sorry. What did you say about my hat?
Uh-oh. Go ahead, Yuri.
Wow, Professor, your archaeological breakthroughs are famous all over the world.
Yes, my famous archaeological breakthroughs, such as. I don't think they've ever been mentioned.
No, what does I
there
care for
was the dinosaur we
archaeology?
found.
Never been on a boat in my life.
No.
Matter of fact, it was another city professor mentioned you. Singapore, his name was.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Singer. You mean Professor Sycamore, right?
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
I'm feeling
I'm
very sick
pretty
of
sure
all
it's
myself.
I'm too sober for this conversation.
Harold, would you happen to know where Professor Sycamore is at this very moment?
Professor Cinnamon Roll.
Professor see no more.
Well,
Something tells me he's not that precious.
truth be told, ever since he sets out to explore that cave north of here, I've never seen hair nor hide of him. Well, okay, that's our direction then.
Oh, crap.
If you're not careful, you'll be seeing no more. Puns.
That doesn't sound too good.
That's the
Well,
interesting...
he's just made residence. I'm sure he's not dead.
It's a long way from good. I've barely touched my food. I've been so worried. That's the interesting thing about the Nino-colonization team, Jova. It's a group of Welsh translators being led by an Australian. Quite the combo.
Sounds like a joke.
Yeah.
A bunch of Welsh people.
No, Theo. No. No, joke. Don't Theo. If it was a joke, it would be how many Welsh people does it need to make a translation? Do we need
0 because it requires 1 Australian.
Don't you see? How many Welsh people does it take to be on the vocabulary level of an Australian?
Or that can work too. Go ahead.
Yes, I think you're right, Emmy. We should probably hurry. Thank you for your help, Harold.
We'll call it help.
Remember, Professor, being polite, gentleman and everything.
I am trying hard here.
So, Professor, do you think your show will go on to win an Emmy?
Very
Boo.
funny. I believe the case should be around here somewhere, but well, at least that show will have an Emmy in it.
Brr. I wish I had my thick, big anorak.
Why didn't you bring it then?
Yeah, learn from the Nino Cooney cast, you know.
Hey, Professor, isn't that what we're looking for?
Most likely, yes.
Why are you pointing at the player?
Yeah, this the other way.
Harold said Professor Sycamore hadn't been seen since he went into the cave, right? I hope he didn't hurt himself in there.
You know, the real reason I didn't bring my anorak is because the developers didn't program me for it.
Nor me. And, well, I mean, I did complain once, but never mind.
You should have checked the weather before you went.
You could have found.
There's the girl dressed in nothing but a suit and bow tie.
You could have
I'm
looked at the
built
place on the
different.
map.
I can't see any dodgy-looking characters, so I'd say let's go right in while we have the chance.
You're both dodgy-looking
But
characters.
where's the entrance, Emmy? We kind of lack one.
You know,
Don't
I
worry,
noticed
Theo.
that-
Amy will make one.
I
You
have
know,
a sledgehammer.
Where
You know-
were you keeping that on
You
you?
know what they say in life when life gives you a hammer?
It may not be as straightforward as all that, Emmy.
You know, I can't help but find it
All right.
interesting that between Layton and Ace Attorney, you're always playing yellow-themed
Keep going,
characters who
Double
show up
Mountain,
in the
go there,
second
Layton, get it.
trilogies of each
All right.
series.
I need to go up to these mountains and get the coins.
Hey, at least it's not the moon, right, Professor?
I could get up there on a rocket. Me. This must be the entrance to the cave, but it's completely blocked by a wall of ice. I can't see any cracks or weak spots.
So do we have to
Does that
call
mean I
B-
get to be Tails in any
Do we need
Sonic
to
stuff?
call
Jova?
BB to use to cast
Sure,
fire?
why not?
Well, hold
But
on.
all we need to do is break through the ice, right? Sounds like a job for you and me and your sledgehammer.
Hold on,
Hey, why
Shiroi.
can't I do that?
Hold on, Shiroi. It's usually Dwibs who tries to steal my Tails' role in our Sonic playthroughs. Now it's you trying to
Well,
steal
if I'm
Tails
getting
from
all the
me.
yellow characters now, I'm gonna take that one too.
God damn it! Everybody's taking everything away from me. And
You gotta be careful around the Brits.
I know, right?
Literal cultural appropriation. Oh, Jesus.
What?
Your speeding kick
sounded
was
almost
not
like a
very
gong.
effective.
I put all my weight into that, and there's not even a hint of a crack.
Looks like brute force will not help us this time.
Don't we all have cracks, though, Emmy?
Professor, this is not the time for your stinking haikus. God, look.
Hang on a minute. If Emmy can't smash her way through, what kind of ice is this?
I love how Luke has complete faith in Emmy's super strength.
It seems we'll simply have to find another way in.
It's plot convenience ice, look. The one where in animated movies lets you fall into the water and conveniently form instantly for your head.
It's the plot doesn't want you to go that way yet, Ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
sure we haven't missed anything here. Then back into town and inquire about another route.
Well, look at the bright side, Shiro. Look at the bright side, guys. At least the wall itself is visible. If this was Dead Trip Become Human, they literally have a visible wall of the words "Don't go here." Like.
I wonder if we need a certain amount of puzzles. Oh, hey, look, a snowman.
Where's Michael?
All right, there's make your obligatory snowman jokes.
We're walking in the air. That's it. We're done.
So it is, but who would build a snowman all the way out here?
I'm telling you,
Michael Fassbender, maybe?
Yeah, no, Michael Fassbender was the detective. I forgot the name of the actor was the snowman killer.
No. Don't you see? This is where they were filming the snowman.
Go ahead, Jova.
Oh god, I forgot about that movie.
Go ahead, Jova.
And it's hot. It's a snow gentleman.
Layton is not amused.
It is rather elegant, isn't it? Oh, but look, it seems to be missing one of its gloves. Aren't you cold, Mr. Snowman?
Well, if it wasn't, it would die.
I'm an inanimate object. Why are you talking to me?
Well, you just responded, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, don't talk to me.
I'm actually just a hallucination you're talking to. You really are freezing from your lack of outerwear.
We might ponder its fate all day, but our time would be better spent finding a way into the cave. Let's return to town for now.
The professor very
What's her
politely
top
told
and
the
hat
others
say?
to
No
stop
fun
dilly-dallying.
allowed.
Yeah.
Someone make a no fun allowed thing, Professor Layton.
All right. Oh, and look at that. Prima found her friend. All right, I'll be done now.
Oh, with 11.
All right, Shiro. Both of us up.
Oh my god, that face.
Hey, it's the brainy professor.
Glad you didn't say nutty.
Professor
You?
Layton is.
You're friends with a professor, Prima? How'd you manage that?
I really just met
That's
her.
a
I really just met her.
Well, picture this. There I was, lost in thought, completely baffled by the most puzzling predicament, when suddenly...
Very funny.
And suddenly...
The fire nation.
Layton man.
Yes, Layton Man.
Yeah.
Or maybe Puzzle Man, maybe?
Maybe.
The suspense is killing me.
Yes. But the professor is thinking, hold on, like... The wheels are turning. There you go. Alright.
Softly.
I get the idea. Now, judging by that glazed look, Professor, I think it's your first time in Froenborg? Don't be shy. If there's anything we can help you with, just ask.
Well, it's only one letter off Frozen, so yeah. Actually, there is something. We are looking to get into the cave just outside town, but the entrance is blocked by ice.
Oh yeah? I didn't picture you the potholing type. Shows what I know. Well, I can help you, but Masha knows everything there is to know around here. She's just up...
Wait!
Does
Yeah.
she know about a bear?
Yes, Prima? What is it? What? What's wrong?
Your fish lips!
If we're going to tell him where Masha is, we should get him to give us some fashion advice first.
And this constitutes as a puzzle.
Oh, it does, okay.
Again,
It does, yes.
Sort of advice. The fish lips.
Puzzle
Maybe
005.
with that.
Embroidery Enigma. Okay, so 4 different patch designs have been sewn into this plain handkerchief in a particular sequence. The pattern starts in the top left corner and follows the orange line towards the center. Study the sequence carefully and work out which patches belong in the 4 empty spaces in the handkerchief. Place the patches in the appropriate spots.
Very nice.
Okay, so the idea is for you to study the overall pattern that you can see on the top screen and figure it out what indeed is the proper pattern that you can decipher from that.
Not sure how this equates to fashion advice, but hey, maybe they're into quilting.
It's because Prima, as we're about to learn, she wants to be a fashion designer, and sewing is a big thing with that, so... Anyway, touch and...
Again, though, Eichel, this seems more like they're making a quilt than, a clothing bout here. But again,
Fashion design is my passion.
Oh, that's nice to you.
Okay, one thing you also notice that's also pretty cool about this particular game is the top screen. In the top screen of the puzzles, you'll actually see these characters. Those characters actually have names, and you can even see their names in the bonus section. It's always puzzle person A, B, C, and so on. Basically, there's a small little visual storyline that goes around with all these characters that will be popping up throughout the various puzzles, so keep that in mind for later. So yeah, basically...
I wonder if Azran Legacy was the first game that ever did that, essentially. Wherein the characters had sort of an arc, the puzzle characters specifically.
I do remember some recurring characters and as a generic NPCs for the puzzles in the previous Layton games. We just didn't bother too much to go through with it.
Oh, that's why I asked if this was the first time there was actually apparently something of a story going on with those. Because we even had stuff like that in the crossover, but there was definitely no note of there being some arc for those puzzle characters.
Okay.
A satisfying puzzle indeed.
Yes.
Boy.
You've got it all sewn up. A new patch design is added to the end of each stage of the sequence. Once all 4 designs have been added, the whole thing starts again from the beginning.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, you also notice that there you go. You can also even see them now that they've all figured it out. That person who was thrown up by the whale at the end of every puzzle successful animation. That guy is also part of the storyline, and we'll see him in other puzzles. So there you go. All right, come on, Pedro, press A, please.
No, I want to look at this wallpaper some more. Oh.
Okay. Puzzle 05 added to your puzzle index.
Very good.
Pish posh.
Hooray! Thanks, Professor.
Thanks to you, we will be world-famous fashion designers in the future.
I'm not sure I'll solve one puzzle that equates to that, but you're welcome anyway.
Show off.
Puzzles
Alright, time for us to keep our end of the bargain. In fact, as Dwebs will notice, this is actually where you can tell they were starting to plant some seeds for the dressing mechanic of Lady Layton. Because we're about to introduce to one of the free mini games of this game.
Thank you. That's perfect.
Shirai, if you don't mind.
Hey, I know, since you're so good with fashion advice, I think you should start coordinating outfits. Preferably mine first.
But I'm not a fashion designer.
Well, you are
It's
now.
time for everything, Professor.
You are now.
No, that's not how it works.
Professor, just think of it as a puzzle for you to solve.
It's cute when you think you have a say in matter.
Help me.
Look at that cute face of Prima, Professor. You're not gonna deny her. The dress-up minigame has been added to the trunk.
I need
Yay,
a break.
he agreed to help.
When we're done filming, I need a break.
You got a new dress-up request? Prima's request. That will be the request we're gonna be solving throughout the game. Fashion lover Prima has given you the dress-up set. Open the trunk and select the dress-up minigame to check it out. Mix and match items from your catalog to create eye-catching outfits.
Oh, so I can dress up as an astronaut.
I guess. Can you grant each of your customers fashion wishes and kit them all out in style?
Oh, the customers. Okay.
Yeah, you don't get to have fun.
Go ahead, Cherry. This one.
I'm not usually impressed by English fashion sense, but you've got talent, Professor. At least, the potential's there, I'm sure.
So there you go. So there you go, Layton. Prima Sensei here will teach you the ways of fashion design.
Yes, very nice.
I'm looking forward to it.
I want to try out a bright and cheerful look for spring, if you don't mind. Which I'm sure you don't.
Actually, I have some pressing matters to attend to, and
Hey,
forgot a
Layton,
puzzle
I
on
hear
the
you're
stove.
nice. Hey, Layton, you got a nice.
Prima, what are you like? Sorry about her. If you need anything else, just say. So, yeah, Donna knows, like, I'm sorry about my friend, Mr. Layton. She's, yeah. Unlike some people, I like to help out of the kindness of my heart.
It's like the Animal Crossing dialogue options of yes, absolutely, or do I have to?
Hey, Layton, I hear you've got a nice new
All right,
side
Jova.
hustle going on as a costume designer.
Alright, Jova, you'll be Masha. First, let's take a look
People
at.
enjoying some thermal bath, I guess.
Yes.
They look like they're pondering something.
Surprisingly, there is not a hint coin in the bath water. You'd think.
People fishing it out.
All right, so.
That would call into question bouts of sanitation.
Alright, so let's take a look at the dress-up minigame. In dress-up, your goal is to satisfy your customers by creating an outfit that fulfills their requests to perfection. Select a customer, then touch Start to begin choosing their outfit. So basically, it's one. Okay. Slide an item that you own into a category box at the top of the touch screen to include it in an outfit. So basically, it's about picking specific pieces, and each item's characteristics are indicated by star ratings. Take these into consideration when putting together an outfit. So basically, it's both a combination of seeing what they're asking for, while at the same time pressing what is the stuff that increases the most stats, and you'll see for yourself later in a moment. Once you've finished assembling an outfit, touch OK to see what your customer thinks.
It sucks.
If it's exactly what they had in mind, great, job done. And as a reward for giving them the outfit of their dreams, they might even model it for you. No, and they're not kidding. You can actually see all the girls in their proper outfits when you complete them. If you need help, touch the speech bubble for hints on the customer really liked it. So there we go, dudes. You can kind of see this as a precursor to the dressing mechanic in Layton's Mystery Journey. Kind of.
The difference is that instead of it changing the character you're playing as, it'll dress up the NPCs for you.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so for now our catalog we have a schoolboy cap, which is in there, and a bear hood. And we're so cute you can barely believe it.
Get out of here.
Would you instead prefer cocaine
Get out
bear
of
to
here,
you?
Teddy. Sorry, Jonah?
Would you instead prefer cocaine bear to you?
Yeah.
That's not relevant to dressing.
Alright, these boots were made for walking and walking
And that's
walking.
just what they'll do.
Ooh, bunny slippers. Slippers inspired by the designer's twin pet bunnies.
Hopefully just by the idea.
Simple scarf, a low-key
I
muffler,
like
perfect for the
how
casual
one of Double
fashionista.
Five's owners now owns twin bunnies as pets.
Pearl-studded glasses, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so
If they're like,
Prima's request. She requires an outfit that is 4 stars in the cute stat.
of course.
Go ahead, Chiri.
Okay, here's what I'd like. I'm thinking something cute and girly, but stylish too.
Okay. Take note, Layton. In fact, no, actually, take note, Luke. You're the one who has the notebook.
It sounds as though you have a good idea of what you would like. Do you happen to have some sort of color scheme in mind?
Black.
Sure, why not? Black's good color.
I do indeed. I'd like lots of warm colors.
Oh,
I want to stand up from the white snow.
wait, 1 minute you want black, now you want warm.
But you're already wearing warm colors, Prima.
So, something cute and girly with warm colors. We'll see what we can do.
Feel free to let us know if you have any other specific requests. We're making this outfit especially for you after all, so I hope you appreciate it.
Nope, nothing I can think of. Could I see what you come up with first?
Okay, so here's the fun fact, since I'm assuming you've never played this game, right? Yet.
Actually, I have, but
oh,
it
yeah?
has been a while.
Okay. Have you actually completed Prima's request?
Yes.
Okay, so, as Teo might verify, maybe he doesn't remember, Prima's request, even though it's the first one you get, it's actually one of the longest ones to get right, because the specific dressing gear that she wants, some of them is only obtained in the last, 2 hours of the campaign or something. So, yeah, even though this is the first ever dress-up request you get, it's probably the last one you'll complete.
A couple of games love to do that. Your starting kind of thing. It's something that you will get on for the
Also,
entire of the game.
I have to say, I really love this particular one, actually. This particular dress, I think looks really good.
The school cap, the bell dress, and the bunny slippers.
Well, no, obviously the cap doesn't match the dress, I know, but the top and the bottom right now, they look really good. Anyway, and yeah, if you need a reminder of what she wants, you can read it here. Staying warm and keeping up with the trends doesn't need to be a challenge come winter time. Break a pop of color, blah, blah, blah. Okay, like I said, we still don't have nearly enough dressing pieces to even make a full-blown outfit, so there's no point in trying it at this point. We'll get back to this.
I don't remember if you can actually have the model in the incorrect outfits, but I think
No,
the
you
game
can't.
only allows the correct one.
If you pick the wrong outfit, they'll just say, no, but not the right one. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen you around here before. Tourist, is it?
Not exactly, but excuse me, are you Masha by any chance?
Why, yes.
Why?
Well. How is it that you know my name, then?
I read the script again.
Yeah.
Donna told us about you. She says you know all about the gossip.
So she's the town gossip. Gotcha.
Is it true that gentlemen with top hats are the most desirable to the ladies?
Well, based on the Layton fangirls, Professor, yes.
To be precise, we are looking for a way to enter the ice block cave beyond the town. Sorry, Luke, it means you have to change hats.
Oh, so that's what you're after, is it? Right then, I'll tell you what I know.
Who's going to die in the next 10 years?
That might be a little too spoilish. Listen close now. Near the entrance to the cave, there's a creepy lone snowman.
Yes, we saw it.
Creepy? How can a snowman be creepy?
You've never
Have you
read
seen
Calvin
the
and Hobbes,
movie
Luke, haven't
Gross?
you?
And yeah, Calvin and Hobbes.
He's young and innocent. There you go. There's an example.
Ooh, spooky!
That's the thing. Those who were near said they heard terrible wailing sounds coming from it. Some say they even saw it move.
Is the snowman killer here now?
If you ask me, it sounds like it's possessed by a ghost. Some angry spirit come back to exact vengeance.
Poor Luke.
Well, look at it this way. Ever since the snowmen turned up, no one has been able to set
Wait.
foot in that cave.
If the snowman killer's here, shit, we're gonna have our funding cut abruptly.
One day, I went there to see it for myself. Didn't hear any wailing, mind you, but the block of ice was well in the way.
I see. I think I'm beginning to understand.
You really think there's an angry spirit living inside the snowman, Professor?
Might be a body, but no, but I do think it holds the key to our getting into the ice cave. And thank you for your assistance, Master. Now, Luke, let's hurry up and finish filming before we get cut off. Emmy, Luke, our next step is to inspect all the town's snowmen. They will lead us to what we're looking for.
All right then.
Where is Emmy, by the way?
She wasn't part of this particular cutscene, Professor. So she just stayed. So she just stayed in the bench for now.
Wait, am I smelling weed from a trailer?
So anyway, we'll see you in the next part after rehab.
See ya.
Yeah.
Where would I even grow it? See ya.